why you need that hip reform, because your parent, they may or may not tell you that they have a procedure that they're going to get. And then when you have the hip reform, you can call the doctor, which I didn't do in this instance. I thought it was
the whole story.
Something basic.
Oh my God, I remember this. Yeah, Natalie was grossed out.
And he was gross.
Oh my God.
But he went to the doctor and, got the procedure that did it and acted like it was like a quick in and out. But he had like after effects and complications.
Oh man, it was crazy.
Yeah. And then I got kids to take care of. I got help with my mom.
I remember asking you about it and you were just like, Ian, you would not believe this. I was like, and I'm hearing the story and I'm like, oh man.
Oh yeah. But that's just a part of life, and that's partly why you gotta.
Hey guys, if it's crazy.
All right, go now.
Wait. Get in there! Oh my God! Hey guys, welcome to the Family Mess. I'm Noah, and have a nice day. Good God!
I love the Family Mess. Oh my
God!
Oh my God!
All right.
Oh. You got Ian. You didn't know that trick.
Come on, man. You can't. All right, man.
Did you hear that?
That was nasty. Welcome to episode 11 of The Family Mess. I'm your host, Ian, and this is my wife and co-host, Natalie. The Family Mess, the podcast about couples with kids and all things adulting. Let's talk. Natalie, episode 11, season 2. How do you feel?
I didn't know it was episode 11, season 2, but I feel good.
Well, according to Noah, it's season number 2. So,
all right.
So we are back. It's been about 2 more weeks again, or a little bit longer. We're having a hard time making these episodes because we've become very busy the last 2-3 weeks now because of the end of the year. We're getting close to Thanksgiving. What else do we have going on? What else do we have to tell them that we've been working on and we've been so diligently busy the last several weeks?
Just life. I'm going on a trip. I'm going to Chicago next week.
Natalie decided for her birthday. Listen to this. Ian doesn't do anything for his birthday because it's 2 days after Christmas. And
we do something for your birthday. Usually you and I go do something.
Yeah, but you get to go to Chicago with your friend for a day by yourself. That's a great gift.
But you don't ever do that for yourself.
I do, but I'm always in Texas with your family. I don't have to get to do anything by myself. What do I get to do?
You could leave Texas and go fly to somewhere else with your friend.
Where?
You figure it out.
I don't have any friends to fly with.
There you go.
What do you mean, there you go?
Back to episode whatever that was, friends.
I got friends.
We still got the friends.
I got friends. I'm going to call a friend and see if he'll go with me on a trip.
I was going by myself, and then my friend decided she wanted to go.
Yes, she did.
I have my own plan. I was going to take a red eye in the morning and come back on the red eye at night and just go to a city that I'd never been before.
Yeah.
But then she wanted to come, so I was like, fine. Then she wanted to stay longer, so I was like, all right. So my trips morphed a little bit. But I'm leaving I leave on the red eye on Saturday and I come back, I think around 9:00 on Sunday. So it's not exactly what I was going to do, but it'll be fun.
Well, I hope you have a good time. I hope you liked your other gifts for your birthday. Usually I suck getting you birthday gifts.
Yes, I didn't even get to look at the link. I've just been so busy.
It expires like on the 23rd.
I know.
Then it's just face value because it's expensive.
Okay, I will try to
You got to book it, and you have to actually go in there and book a space, or else you run out of spaces to rent the cars and stuff. Ian
got me a Groupon for a racing experience?
Race car driving experience at one of these landing strips, not landing strips, but airport runways.
Oh.
So Natalie, the problem with Natalie is that she's very hard to shop for and get gifts for because she's not the typical female that likes jewelry, perfumes. You have to really figure out what she likes. She likes to do what do you like to do? Like fear stuff, like jumping out of planes, going fast, right? I
like to go fast. I have the need for speed. But I
don't know why she says she has need for speed like a video game. It's weird. She always wants to drive fast.
I enjoy driving fast.
That's why you've gotten all those tickets.
I have had a lot of tickets.
Well, I got a ticket in that Porsche, but that doesn't count. You're supposed to get a ticket.
No, in my youth, I had a lot of tickets. I had so many tickets for speeding that they said they were going to suspend my license.
I wish they would have.
If I had gotten another ticket.
I wish they would have.
But that was when I was a kid. I hadn't had it, knock on wood.
You should hear how the kids describe how she drives fast when drivers get in front of her. She honks the horn and Noah goes, Daddy, you should have seen Mommy this morning. This driver got in front of her.
Oh, wait, you know what? I will tell let me tell this one story.
Mm-hmm.
I will tell the story about, see, people are crazy on the road. So I'm driving down this 2-lane road that it's nothing, there's some houses, but it's mostly just empty, like a regular road. There's some neighborhoods, not even houses, just neighborhoods. So it's like 45. So I'm going like 50, 55 down this road because legally you can get 5 miles over in Florida without getting a ticket. So I'm going like 50. This man pulls out in front of me with a trailer on the back of his truck. And I have to like hit the brakes. Yeah. And I have my kids in the car. And so I honked the horn.
Yeah.
And this fool had the nerve to stop his car in the middle of the street. Like came to a dead stop, and I had to the kids all slam on the brakes, and I was hot, 86 hot. I was so mad.
86 hot.
I was mad.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the dumb part is if you're gonna do stupid stuff like that, like stop your truck in the middle of the street when someone's going 50 miles an hour with their children in the car, don't do it in a work truck. This fool stops his vehicle in front of me in a work truck. So you know what I did? I could tell this is the kind of work truck where he owns this truck. This is his own business. I star 67 and I called that fool and I asked him, I said, what in the heck are you doing?
My wife is so crazy.
Driving crazy. I got my kids in the car. You have no right to stop your car in the middle of the damn street. There's no right. And I told him, I said, you don't do that in a work truck. Cause, he didn't know who was calling him. He answered the phone. I said, that's what you get. He was hot. He was mad.
Why don't you just ignore it, man? People do crazy stuff all the time.
The kids were in the car and the kids could have got hurt.
Did you see the guy coming out though? I mean, if you were,
I slammed on the brakes. When someone pulls out in front of me, I should not have to slam on my brake. First thing I do is I take my foot off the gas. And I took my foot off the gas, but I was going so fast already that I came up all the way on his butt and I had to hit my brake. But then he decides to stop his car in the middle of the street with my kids in the car. We had to come to it literally. I had to slam on the brakes for us to stop because he stopped in the middle of the street. In the middle of the street when I'm coming down the road because he was mad because I was driving too fast. When I was driving the freaking speed limit.
That don't make sense. Wait.
That's what he did. That's what he told me.
You're driving too fast, so I pulled out in front of you.
He said, you're driving too fast. You're speeding on the road. I said, what that's got to do with anything? I said, you don't pull out in front of somebody. Especially somebody with kids in their car.
That doesn't make no sense.
But of course,
you're driving too fast, I want to pull out in front of you.
Well, but that's what he said. And I said, that's why you don't do that in a work truck. That's why I'm calling you.
Oh, man. That's too funny.
And anyway, my kids ratted me out to Ian.
My wife does crazy stuff all the time, and they always rat her out because I'm a safe driver. I'm the safest driver in this house. I've never crashed a car. Wait. When I was young, I did, but I've never crashed into parked cars or stationary objects or dented a car. I don't do that stuff. You know why? Because I pay attention to when I'm driving. I pay attention to backing out.
I have backed into a stationary car, but at that moment in time, there's nothing ever there.
I've watched now they back out of a car. Her face doesn't even look backwards.
I do.
To see where she's going. If there was a kid back there dead, kid's probably dead.
Oh, no.
What?
In our driveway, I check, because there's kids all over the place. Oh, no.
What driveway?
I look in our driveway.
Then you're crazy.
I look before I get in the car. I look before I go. I do look.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay, though.
Well,
I digress.
Yeah, you did digress. But today we decided to approach a new topic today that we've been in discussions with our friends recently about something I think is very important that affects every single one of us, our listeners, a lot of people in our lives also. How do we go about taking care of our parents as they get older? We recently had a discussion with some friends, and I'm allowed to talk about this, by the way, but she told me that her parents are in trouble because they're older. They have health problems. They don't have good health insurance. They don't have good jobs, so they can't even afford to take care of themselves. I mean, I think this is a really serious issue.
So what's the issue? Parents? What parents?
How do you take care of your parents when they're sick? Or how do you take care of their medical needs when they have to go to the doctor? What do you do when they get older?
But they get some Medicaid. Medicare.
Yeah, but the thing is, for instance, you're taking care of your parents. You know what I mean?
I don't take care of them. I help. My parents are my dad's 80, gosh, he's about to be 88 years old.
You're that old as hell.
Yeah, he was on my roof the other day. He is like I don't know, what do they call it? He's like he's not subhuman.
You wouldn't think
his age.
You wouldn't think he's 88 by looking at him, because no 88-year-old I know is going to go up on a roof to try to inspect. I don't know what the hell he was doing up there.
He was up there chilling with the guys who were working, just chilling. He was sweating though. I was like, you got some water. He was looking so crazy.
He wouldn't even let me do the towel in the bathroom.
And then the worst part is he gets down when it's time for him to get down off the ladder, off the roof. I say, let somebody else go first, and then you can go, just in case of anything. They can catch you. He's like, no, I don't need that. And he went down by himself first without anybody else going. I don't know. But he's gonna be 88 in like 2 weeks.
88 years old. Don't you ever wonder? I mean, when he's gonna die, or do you think about that all the time?
I don't think about it, but I know it could be any day. Just like
that's what I'm saying. I mean, don't you expect that phone call? Like every time I go to bed, I know. Every time the phone rings, I'm expecting to say, "Hey, Natalie, your dad's dead, or he passed away." And the thing is, I know he's older, and that you probably will get that call, but I know you're still it's gonna be very bad for you when that happens.
Of course.
But the thing is, you know it's gonna happen. You know what I mean? It's just like
all parents, everybody knows it happens, but for some reason we decide not to always plan.
We almost don't talk about planning. Talk about planning.
So, the thing is, like, I know, my mom has dementia. So she's 80, she's 84, 85. And, but my dad pretty much is her primary caregiver, and my brother kind of helps. But luckily for my parents, they did plan somewhat. But the one thing we didn't know is if someone got something like dementia, what were their wishes? What were we never discussed her wishes. I know she didn't want to go to like a nursing home. But my parents, they were smart in that they did get long-term care insurance, which I highly recommend to anybody out there. If your parents, once they hit 60, get long-term care insurance, even if you have to pay for it yourself. Because if anything happens to them and they need care, and you can't afford to take care of them full time, or they need like major care. Like my mom at some point, she will probably need round the clock care. She kind of does now, but you gotta make sure you have, funds in place. And unfortunately my mom got that insurance. We haven't used it yet, but it's there, to take care of her when, if we need to pay for, a nurse to come, or to pay for, if she has to go to a nursing home full time. Any of those kind of things, to pay for even the adult daycare, any kind of expenses for her care that if we can't afford to pay for it. So I highly recommend, if you have parents out there, even if they can't afford it, you do it for them, because it's for your own benefit in the long run, or else, you're going to have to sacrifice a lot of different things to take care of them. Yeah.
I mean, I'm having a hard time talking with my parents, because my mom doesn't want to talk about preparing for the end. Every time me and my sister bring it up with her, she doesn't want to talk about it, which is weird, because she goes to church a lot, and she, for someone who goes to church a lot and pray, when it comes to approaching death or talking about it, she sure doesn't want to talk about it at all. It's the weirdest.
It's not weird. There are a lot of people out there. There are a lot of people. I talked to somebody the other day. I don't know. Probably,
do I know them?
No, a while back, but they said that they had talked to their wife, and they have children, and she didn't want to talk about it. He was like, nope, she won't talk about it.
That's crazy.
Yeah. There are a lot of people who it scares them to death, and they don't want to, they just feel like if they don't talk about it, it's not going to happen.
But that's the weirdest thing, because death is a part of life just as much as life is. We're here breathing. I mean, it's going to happen. I need to plan my death, really. I mean, I'm 42 right now, but you never know. I mean, we got life insurance, so that we're good there.
Yep.
So
still got to get a will.
I mean, we got to get a will, but for everyone out there that doesn't think they're going to die, I'm sorry to say, but I got bad news for you. You are going to, it's not funny, but you're going to die.
It's a sure
You're
thing.
going to die, and if you're lucky, you'll live a long time, but if you're unlucky, you'll probably die in a car accident or something crazy. Yeah. So the thing is, you need to prepare your family if you do go suddenly, whether it's life insurance or something, to where they're not left just planning the unexpected. I've been to too many funerals where I've heard stories about people just passing away, whether it's through suicide or cancer or something, and they didn't leave anything or leave specific instructions for their family members. So it's tough. I don't know. But back to taking care of our family, like I said, I've been trying to figure out how to take care of my parents. Right now, my sister watches my mom. My dad comes back and forth.
She doesn't watch her. She just stays with her. Your mom is an able-bodied woman. Nothing's wrong.
She don't act like she's able-bodied. I'm going to get in trouble for saying that, aren't I?
She is fine. She stays with you. She stays with you.
I'm going to get in trouble for saying that. But yeah, my mom is a very special person. I love her. I'm going to say that first so I don't get in trouble.
Yeah, you're still going to get in trouble.
But my mom stays with my sister and she goes to the hospital from time to time for symptoms or craziness. I don't know.
If she gets sick, she'll go to the hospital. She's not feeling well.
She's been sick since I was 13, so I don't know what she
has not been in a while, Ian. That's not what we're talking about. Is you all over what we're talking about is when your parent, like the friend that you were talking to.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So she said her parents have nothing.
They have nothing in their retirement account, to help them. Really, they don't have good jobs to pay for anything. And they both have serious health conditions.
So what is she doing?
I didn't get to talk to her that much about the details about what she's doing. She mentioned that she's speaking with her siblings about what they should do, whether they should take them in and take care of them together. I think that was an option, but, I didn't go into too much detail with her about what her plans were, but I think that's what her concern is. They don't know because they never, as a child, you don't plan to take care of your parents that way.
You should always plan to take care of your
financially?
Parents. Yes,
really?
Because, you have to plan for their non-planning. So if like I said, if you know your parents, right, your parents have no plans, they have health problems, they have this and this, that, then now you need to go figure it out because at the end of the day, even if they don't have, it affects you. Unless you're that child who can look the other way and have your parents awarded the state or something like that, or become homeless. But if you're not that kid who can watch their parent become homeless, this is your responsibility. And then you have to go and have that tough conversation with your parent and be like, look, mom, dad, you don't got no money. You're not living with me. What you gonna do? What are we gonna do about this?
I've had that conversation before with my mother.
But that's what you gotta do.
Oh.
You have to make them say, look, don't come to me unless we're going to talk about it and have a plan. And you and your siblings and your parents all should sit down together and come up with a plan in that kind of situation. That's what I would do because, and then someone's definitely like, if the parents have health problems, make sure you go get a power of attorney. Make sure you go get a living will thing. I think it's a living will.
Living will.
The one where you
can
go.
do those online, I think.
That's what I'm saying. But you need to go get. If your parents got all these problems, you need to go get all these things.
I need to talk to my mom and dad.
You need
about
to know
that this week because I'm not sure where they even have a living will.
Yeah, the one where there's one where like a health. Like if you go in the hospital, there's someone who can act on your behalf.
Yeah. I had to fill that out for my recent surgery. I had to fill one of those out.
Right, but you should have one. They should have one. Like, just have one.
Just have one on record?
Yes, my parents have one. My mom, it's a health, I think it's like a health power of attorney.
Do you have to go through, I was about to ask, do you have to go through an attorney to get something like that, or do you just do it online and get a notary to get it done?
You can probably go to like LegalZoom and find those documents. But my parents went to a lawyer and got that all taken care of.
But it sounds like your parents did a really good job taking care of everything on their end. It really does. I mean, your parents are really not the majority of people I hear when I talk about preparing for long-term health. Actually, they're the anomaly.
They don't have a lot of money, but they have prepared. Like, they already paid for their burial plots. They got my dad, he just went and got rid of his long-term care without letting my brother and I know. But my mom has her long-term care. Gangster. I know.
You don't give a damn.
We were so mad. It's like,
your dad's like, I'm dying, but I don't care. I'm doing what I want to do.
And then you have to, and then what you should start to do now too is when your parents, if you know your parents are having problems, or even before, get them to put you on their HIPAA forms at all of their doctors.
Yes.
Because if you don't have that HIPAA form and your parents start having some kind of issues, the doctor can't tell you nothing. But if you go get them, especially while they're healthy, get them to put you on their HIPAA form, say, hey, just so one of us has anything while they're healthy. Because once something's going on, they ain't going to put you on a HIPAA form. They're not going to remember that they have the HIPAA form with you on there, right? But so you get it done early before they have any problems. Get them to put you on every doctor they go to. So you could always call and find out and get information. I do that to my parents.
I think you're right. I think my dad put me on the HIPAA form. So any issues or health concerns or decisions, I can make a decision. Or me and my sister can both make decisions equally. Right. If anything happened, because of what happened to him a year ago, we had to get the surgery for his little issue that he had, his prostate issue. So he had to get surgery, and it was all a big mess. But because we were on the HIPAA, we were able to make it on his behalf, really, and kind of just walked him through every step of the way, because my dad is an old-fashioned Jamaican and doesn't understand the medical system up here at all. He just doesn't. So my sister and I had to literally walk him through everything from signing documentation, taking days off work, really. Days off work to go with him, take him to the doctor's office. But I didn't realize how much that is a reality of your parents getting old. It's just
it's inevitable. Almost most parents are gonna have to go through this.
You got to treat them like your kids.
Yeah, my mom said it herself. She, before her dementia kind of got worse, but she said once a man, twice a child, and it's true. And at some point, you do have to begin to take care of your parents like their children.
Yeah.
But it's very important though to get that HIPAA stuff and all these things worked out ahead of time. Where do they want to be buried? Do they want to be cremated? Do they want to, get a coffin? Do they want some elaborate coffin? How are we going to pay for this? All of these things that, no one talks about until something bad happens. But if you can talk about them ahead of time and have them hashed out, it makes it a lot easier for everybody.
Yeah, I agree. It's just, I don't know. I just never been put in a situation where I never thought about this my entire life, really. All I thought about was when I get a family, I have to take care of them, and the kids. It wasn't until my dad was sick last year and the year before that, he's having his problems, that I took care of him and took him to the hospital, but I didn't think about it. I just did it. But then I realized, oh crap, this is something that might keep happening as they get older.
I have to do that now with my mom.
My dad comes to this country 2 or 3 times a year to get his checkup for his medical issues, because he resides mostly in Jamaica, but he visits us several times a year. But every time he comes up, my sister makes an appointment for him to go to the doctor. If she can't take him, I've been off work a while now, so I'll probably take him this week and probably next week. According to my sister, he's going to be here another month.
Oh, okay.
She said that he could stay with me, but I didn't even respond to her text. Yeah.
No comment. I'm staying out of all kind of trouble. I ain't getting in no trouble today.
I'm not going to respond to her and let him stay over there for a while. Not that I don't want to stay over here, but I can't do anything now because my back. This is a bad time to come here because the doctor said I can't really do a lot of activity because of my back. So I'm like, I want to kind of do stuff with him. Usually we go to the park and he loves hanging out with the kids, and Noah loves his grandpa to death. And, he feels bad that he can't see him. I don't know why Noah has this good relationship with him. He just has a really good relationship with his grandpa. So I feel bad that,
because he knows your dad's heart.
My dad's heart. Yes. What's that?
Yes. Just because you don't know it doesn't mean your kid doesn't know it. That's what the special place that grandparents hold with kids.
What special parents?
And parents.
What are you talking about?
Grandparents and their grandkids.
I guess.
This is one of those things.
I guess you're right. I'm just going to give you the look right now.
Mm-hmm. It is one of those things.
Well, I try my best to make sure that Noah does see his grandpa. So I'm not going to try to keep him away from his grandfather because I know he loves him. But like I said, taking care of parents. I even met with my bodybuilding friend. I'm not going to mention him by name because I don't want to get in trouble, but he told me about his parents. His dad had a lot of recent not heart issues, but medical issues. And he was in the hospital for, I think, 5 days, almost a week.
Yeah. You just don't know.
But he said the crazy part was, as he's telling me the story, he said that his dad was in pain for days until he couldn't take it anymore. And finally his mother had to call the ambulance and they took it. It was crazy. But
that's just
is that an island thing or a man thing?
That's just I think it's a man thing. Cause my dad, remember when my dad said he had I just have an outpatient procedure.
I remember this.
And then it was the whole, it was a whole thing. He needed care and we could go over there and help him. It was bad. Luckily I have my niece to help me, but he acted like he was just going in for this. This is partly why you need that HIPAA form, because your parent, they may or may not tell you that they have a procedure that they're going to get. And then when you have the HIPAA form, you can call the doctor, which I didn't do in this instance. I thought it was
the whole story.
Something basic.
Oh my God. I remember this. Yeah, now it was grossed out.
And he was gross.
Oh my God.
But he went to the doctor and, got the procedure that did it and acted like it was a quick in and out. But he had after effects and complications.
Oh man, it was crazy.
Yeah. And then I got kids to take care of.
I remember asking you about it and you were just like, Ian, you would not believe this. I was like, and I'm hearing the story and I'm like, oh man.
Oh yeah. But that's just a part of life. And that's partly why you gotta try to, as best you can, communicate with your parents and get your parents to let them know that you're there for them. Don't just be attacking them and mom and dad, you can't. They don't want to lose their independence. Imagine if someone came up to you and told you, and see, like nowadays, like your parents, you're an adult and your parents are coming at you, bossing you with stuff. You're going to feel like, what the hell? I'm a grown ass adult. Why you talking to me like that? It's the same way your parents feel when you come at them like that. So when you do approach your parents, you got to make sure that you're like calm about it and that you want to help them.
What about when it comes to driving? Because, after a while, like your dad is 88, but he still drives and he's fine.
I haven't. Well, I think my brother drives. I haven't driven with him. I used to try to drive with him just to make sure.
I drove with him a couple times, and I'm like, his reaction times are very slow.
Of course, he's gonna be a slow
and I'm
reaction
like,
time.
I don't like driving with him. I said next time I'll just drive and pick up the part myself because he's so slow. I'm like, I see the car stopped, and I'm like, I'm slowing down in my head, and this fool's like, oh, there's the car. I'm like. Never again. I'm going to go ahead and drive myself. But that's what happens when you get older is your reaction time gets slower. Right, I mean, that's a natural progression.
He's almost 88 years old.
Like I said, I don't know a lot of 88-year-old people that are just driving to the store every day.
Well, my uncle used to drive.
Oh, isn't he 100?
He just turned 100. He was driving. I think he may have stopped driving, but he was driving.
He was driving, but
up until like a year or two ago, he was driving.
Well, it's amazing that he
don't even look 100.
But the thing is, he doesn't worry about nothing though. He doesn't give a damn about anything.
No,
isn't that right? He don't give
that's his key to longevity.
The reason he lives this long is because they ask him, "How do you live so long?" He goes, "I don't worry about nothing at all. Nothing I ever worry about. I just live life." Yeah. And I'm telling you, when you see this guy, you wouldn't even think he's 100.
No,
but he's right. I mean, we worry about everything in our society, and we stress kids, our jobs, how we're going to get money. I think living in the United States is stressful itself. Just being alive here in this country is just very stressful. I mean, it's tough. Not knowing, like my parents, not knowing when they're going to retire or how much they're going to retire with. That leads into this conversation too. I mean,
that's what you got. You have to ask the tough questions, and you have to make them give you answers.
But think about this. As parents, they sacrificed a lot for us to have a decent life, right? Including their money. They sacrificed paying for school. My parents didn't pay for school. I had to pay for school myself. But a lot of parents will work longer to pay for school for their kids. I'm a parent that doesn't believe in that because I'm not going to pay for my kids to go to school. Not because I don't like them, but because I believe kids, once they get to the age where they can apply for their own loans, they can pay for their own education. I'll help them a little bit, but I'm not paying my retirement to pay for my kids to go to school. My money guy told me don't do that. It's not a good idea.
Well, no, because then look. Parents who did pay, now they ain't got no money. And the kid's like, well, I don't want to give them my money because I got a family to take care of. So then the parents are SOL with no money. And then the kid is like, I got my own family. But I'm sorry, I can't help you.
I think a lot of parents think it's normal to help kids pay for college. I think a lot of parents I've talked to think I have to work longer to pay for my kids' college education. And I'm like, oh, I'm not doing that. I'm not working to pay for my kids' college education. It's not going to happen because I have to prepare myself for retirement because it's very important to me. So, I mean, what do you think? Am I wrong to think that way?
No, I don't think so. But but parents still also need to, what are you doing?
I'm waiting for you guys to help me fix my blanket.
My God. What?
He could have went to bed.
He did that on purpose.
Coming here petting the dog like he got something. I swear. Never go to bed.
He did that on purpose. He knew what we were doing and still came in. Even though we told him not to, he did it on purpose. I'm telling you.
Yeah, because he comes in, pets the dog, and then
why is he petting the damn dog?
The dog ain't got nothing to do with it.
The dog, you know what he wants to do? He wants the dog to growl to mess up the recording. That's why he did that. Okay. I got a headache now. Damn it. I got a headache now. I was fine until he came in here and made me stress out. Where the hell were we at? Just talking.
Well, you kind of digressed.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, we were talking about parents paying for their kids, but it's really just to go back.
It's part of the same, yeah. I mean, so when the parents pay for their kids now, as the kids grow up, then the parents don't have that money, that $20,000, $30,000, whatever they took to pay for their college fund. Now, as the parent gets older and retires, that money that could have been used to put in some of their retirement accounts, gone. There's no money.
Well, yeah, some parents use it for that. Others just spend frivolously.
I mean,
but at some point, you got to hold your parent accountable. If they're going to be spending all their money, either way, you're going to get stuck with it. So you got to, you got to just take control of the situation and tell your parents what's what in a nice way, so they don't feel attacked, and to let them know that you're on their side and that you want to help them.
You know what? I think you're right. I never thought in a million years that I'd be this involved in my parents' life and their money and their planning for death, but
it's almost inevitable.
I think so. I think every child that's listening right now, if you have parents, I think it's going to affect you, or it is affecting you right now. Either you lost the parents, or you have parents that are sick, or you're taking care of them right now. I think this is a reality for a lot of people our age. I mean, we're in our 40s, and
like I can't move because of my mom.
Yeah, we've been trying to plan to move for years, but Natalie says she can't move because her mom's sick. So we're here because her mom's sick. So that's a reality. Is if you want to do things with your family, you have to take care of your parents and plan. And if you're going to move somewhere, they're going to come with you.
Right. Do they want to leave? Where do they want to be? How do they?
Because you're not going to leave them in a home unless
some people do.
Unless you just can't take care of them. Because I understand there's some people that just can't take care of their parents for whatever reason. They can't. They can't do it physically, whatever it is. Like your mom has dementia, and I mean, even after a while, I mean, your mom's going to probably need to go to a special place. I'm sure. I mean, unless you want to keep her forever, but I mean, I know it's tough watching you take care of her because she's a handful.
Oh, I know. This is the crazy part. My mother has dementia. And most people with dementia are quiet.
Oh my God.
And peaceful.
Cursing everybody out.
Man.
All the time.
They say there's Laurel and there's Morel.
Morel?
Yeah.
What is the...
Morel is the lady that comes out of the house to be...
it should be Dorel. Demon Morel.
Hey, leave my mama alone. Messing with her. She has good intentions.
I'm just fooling,
poor
man.
Dementia execution.
It sucks, man. It sucks watching people have that thing, man, because you're just watching us go from this lively person and they just forget stuff. And it looks like she knows she's forgetting stuff because she knows, but she never wanted to admit it. And that's one of the mistakes that I had made is not telling her every day that you have dementia. That way I just left her because if that's what you want, but I mean,
it's her life.
What would you have told her just by telling her she has it? What would that have done by telling her she has it?
It would create a long-term memory.
Of what? Saying that she has dementia? Yes. I have dementia, so this is why I'm doing this.
Yes, well, that she has because every day it's like that 41st Dates movie. Every day if you tell her, like say she wakes up or whatever, you tell her she's got dementia, it's like she's reliving it every single day. So I don't tell her she got dementia. When she says, oh my gosh, I cannot remember, I just leave it alone. I don't say anything. Well, but I wish when it was beginning, I wish I had told her every day or often that she has dementia. Instead, I just played along with her with how she wanted to, because it's her life. I can't control. I never made her take any medicine. I never made her do anything. It's her life. She
probably knows. I mean,
well, no, she knew. She always knew, but she would never admit it because she said you're putting your mouth on her.
No,
so she didn't want to admit it. That's just her. That was just how she processed
I just feel real bad because I remember when your mom, before the dementia, I know exactly how she was and I see her now and I'm like, even Noah feels sad because sometimes he wants to say stuff. You don't even talk to her anymore. He just says hi.
No, you can't.
And then he kind of goes along because she raised Noah. So yes. for him, he attaches to people and makes relationships but for him not to hang out with her anymore, I think it bothers him. It bothers him a little bit because he takes relationships hard. He's a hard relationship person,
It is what it is.
When he likes you, he likes you. That's the type of person he is. But I don't think he took that well with your mom, the dementia. He's not handling it.
Yeah. Well.
Samuel doesn't give a damn.
He wasn't with her as long as the baby. He
was with us. So he got our. He didn't get no love.
He didn't stay with her.
He didn't get no love. And look at him now. Just hard. Samuel's hard, man. He's like, whatever. You have dementia. Could care less. It doesn't bother me. I worry about that sometimes with him. But yeah, he's not bothered by grandma. He just doesn't talk to her. And he says hi if he has to, but that's about it.
Well, cause she's a pain in the butt.
Well, she yells at the kids and the kids don't say nothing, We're used to the kids fighting, but like you said, every time you go to the house, don't fight. Just sit there.
Because
don't fight.
They agitate her.
Yeah, cause then she'll get mad as hell and start cursing, I was there one day, she started cursing up a storm. I was like, damn, I never heard her.
Well, the dementia will bring out things.
She was cursing like there was no tomorrow. And I looked around, I'm like, why is she yelling at cursing like I've never heard her curse.
Oh, my mom's always cursed.
F word this. And
she's always done that.
Are you allowed to curse in God like that?
Well,
is that cool? I think it is cool. I think God allows you to curse and do anything you want. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Personally.
She don't know. She just gets mad. That's all.
I don't think God.
But it is a major.
God's not going to judge you because you have dementia. You know what I'm saying? I think you get a free pass to curse if you have dementia.
But I do. That's why I do think it's very important just to have those conversations because I didn't. If it weren't for my brother having died. At a young age, suddenly.
Oh, yeah.
And that's when my parents decided to get all their things in place because my brother died suddenly.
Did he leave anything behind or any?
No, we didn't even
know. Nothing?
No, man, we didn't even get to go in his apartment where he lived in England.
What do you mean you didn't get to go in his apartment?
My mom didn't try to get in. I mean, he was here visiting, so.
Whatever happened, I guess his brother's got all his stuff.
No, we don't know. His stuff is there. But
Never?
I don't think so because he couldn't get in the apartment.
Well, there's no, I'm sure.
I don't know. I was a kid.
I'm sure by then your brother's gotten his apartment. It's not like
I have no idea.
It's been years now since
it's been a long
time. Passed away,
yeah,
right?
But I was maybe digressing.
I'm not digressing. This is part of the conversation.
That's what made my mom and dad go and get all their stuff in place. They got their wills. They got their living, their health, power of attorneys. They have, I went and had to get a power of attorney document. You don't have to, you can have it, but you don't have to enforce it until it's needed. You can, I've gotten that, and they got their burial plots paid for. They paid off their house.
That's impressive.
My parents, everything's done.
Damn. Well, that's what I'm saying. Most people don't even have a fourth of that. Most people, I don't think, have you mentioned long-term.
Well, yeah, long-term care insurance, burial plots. I think they paid for their caskets and the plots already.
Listen, most people don't even do that stuff until they're dead.
I know.
You see what I'm saying? If they already have that stuff, when they pass away, that's easy for you. You just pretty much have to just bury them. That's it. There's no word about. Yeah, I think if the majority of people plan for their deaths like that, I think their family members they left behind wouldn't be left with so much stress. Because I know a lot of family members are left with a lot of stress. Their items have to be dispersed amongst the siblings, and that's a whole mess itself.
Ours is going to be a mess. We made a few mistakes, but I can't talk about that. But,
we ain't going to talk about that.
Yeah.
Lucky my family doesn't have nothing, so I'm good.
When my parents
we ain't
passed,
got nothing.
That's going to be a bit of a mess, but it is what it is.
I mean, it's always a mess when you have that many siblings, though. I think, like me and my family, it's just me and my sister, so we ain't got nothing anyway, really, that our parents have. I mean, what? My dad ain't got nothing. Nothing. I think he has a little retirement account, and that's it.
Well, that makes it easy. And there's only two of you, so.
And there's only the two of us, so I even told Stacey, I'm like, all we're going to do is split it down the middle. Whatever it is that's left, then you get half, I get half, and that's it. Let bygones be bygones. We're not going to worry about, nothing else. I think that makes it easier, but I don't know. This parent thing, I'm still getting used to taking care of parents. Maybe because I'm selfish.
Yes.
And I'm not used to taking care of anybody except my own family.
Yes.
So, why do you have to say yes so easily?
Because it's true. I mean, I've been doing this for how long?
I'm not the only selfish person out there. I'm just saying I just have to get used to taking care of someone else except for my primary family. I think that's it. So it's different, but I do it. I take care of my dad. I take care of mostly my dad really needs help because he's stubborn. Doesn't have to listen to anybody except for me. Doesn't like to listen to my sister. I don't even know what to say about that.
No, he is who he is. That's it. All you can do. That's one thing I want people to remember about when people get old. They are who they are. They are not going to change. You have to change yourself and not them because they're not going to change. They are who they are. They've been that way for a very long time.
Yeah.
And so you have to accept that they are who they are and that they're not going to change. And then you just do the things that you need to do for yourself to make you okay with the relationship. That's what I've had to learn. I already know I can't tell my mom, even before the dementia, I could never tell her that she's wrong because she's just never wrong. Right?
It's true.
And so I just come to terms with that. Accept them. That's the phrase I was looking for. Accept them for who they are and where they are.
That sounds like a cliche, but it's true.
It is. That's the only way you'll have peace. Or else your parents will drive you insane when they get old. They will drive you crazy.
It's like my parents drive me insane.
But you have to accept them for who they are and where they're at in life. Yeah, they're not going to change. You have to be you're now the adult. They're now the child. You don't treat them like a child per se, but you have to look at them and have that perspective when you deal with them is that they are a child, but you have to learn how to manipulate them to.
I like that. Manipulate our parents.
You do. You have to. I manipulate my mom all the time to get her to do stuff.
You do.
Oh gosh. If I don't, then
are you going to manipulate me when something happens to me too?
If I have to.
Damn.
I know how to manipulate situations.
Yeah,
Just
you
like
do.
I got my phone fixed. But I know how to work this.
I wouldn't say it's manipulating. It's just thinking about a different way to get to a solution. It's not manipulating. You're just, you're solving a problem. You're just thinking about a good way of instead of going through all the crap, what's the best way I can solve this problem the fastest without going through all the red tape to get it done. That's what you're good at that. You're good at that.
Yes. Well, that's all. But yeah, so just just accept them for who they are. That's the biggest thing when you're dealing with your aging parents.
Yes.
You're not going to change them.
I'm having a hard time with that. I mean, you're right.
That as much as that's like the biggest takeaway when dealing with older parents.
You're right. But it's tough, man. It's just, I guess you're so used to your parents being a certain way. And you know what it is? It's almost like you remember when you were a kid. When you're talking with them and you remember when you were a kid again, you're like, I'm not a kid. I'm a grown adult and I should be able to talk to them. But sometimes they make you feel like you're a kid. I'm serious. Especially my dad. My dad is 5'3" and I'm 6'1". And sometimes when my dad talks to me, I feel like I'm freaking 5 years old and 6 years old. But that's not the case. I'm a grown man. But I mean, you know what I'm saying? I wonder if other people out there have that same problem as me, talking to your parents about. Of course. Because they're your parents and you don't want them to feel bad. But like you said, I guess there comes a point where you have to kind of, I don't know, just tell them like it is. It's
better to work with them than have to work against them. When you don't talk about things in advance and then something happens, you have to work against them because they're not always going to be in agreement. But when you've talked about things in advance, then you can work together and then you have a plan when things do happen, how to address those issues. So.
Well, I guess, you know what? I don't know. I'm going to try to do it. But so what are your final thoughts on your parents and taking care of your parents? I mean, what do you want the audience to know really? What are your most important points and takeaways that you want everybody to know?
Well, like I said, just a minute ago, accept them for who they are and where they are. They're not going to change. Only you're the adult and you have to change.
As far as long-term care,
definitely if your parents are 60, once they hit 60, get long-term care insurance, even if you have to pay for it yourself. Especially if they have medical issues, try to get some kind of small insurance policy. They do have burial ones that you can get.
Is that expensive?
No, you can get some cheap ones.
Okay.
You can get depends on their health, but you can get, there's something you can get. And just talk, have that conversation about what their wishes are. Do they want to be buried? Do they want to be cremated? Do they, if they were to get dementia or Alzheimer's, whatever they call it, what do they want you to do with them? Do they never want to go into a nursing home? Do they want to go into a nursing home? Also, do they have a will? Have they, make sure to go through a lawyer if you can to get a will. Do you have a power of attorney document? You don't have to execute it, which means taking it and using it, but do you have to establish a power of attorney document? One for healthcare and one for just regular power of attorney over financial and business transactions. All of these things you need to have in place ahead of time, or know who they want to do those things. Which sibling do they want to handle these things? Which sibling does or doesn't want to handle these things? All that kind of stuff needs to be laid out ahead of time and talked about with your parents. So those are it's a little long list, but those are all major things.
Actually, it's not that long. I thought it'd be a lot longer because, like I said, dealing with parents can be complicated sometimes. But I'm glad we at least had the opportunity to talk about it and talk to the audience about it. I hope they got something from it. I kind of did. I know I have to
go call mom and dad. Tell them you love them. Tell mom and daddy I love you. Thank you. Let them know.
I don't remember the last time I told them.
Oh, don't forget the HIPAA. Forgot about the HIPAA. Get as much, especially before they ever get sick. Get them to put you on all the doctors that they go to. Have them put your name on the HIPAA form, especially before they ever get sick. Because they're more inclined.
Well, yeah, because they're not sick.
They won't argue with you about it.
Yeah, because when they're sick, they don't want you touching them or doing nothing. They want to make all the decisions.
At that point, they might be.
Then you can't do nothing.
I don't want them messing with my health stuff.
Yeah.
So have a nice conversation. Tell them you just want to be able to help them. That's why I tell my mom all the time, I just want to help you. And usually it diffuses her. And that you need to get on their HIPAA. So.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm glad we were able to talk about this today. I'm sorry if you guys were expecting a funny episode today, but we figured this one was very informative and a lot of people probably need to talk and hear about it. So thank you for joining us. Please follow us on our forums, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, iTunes, Spotify, Spreaker, and what's the last one? Castbox. All 6 of them.
We're working on getting our website and our Facebook page up.
It's such a lot of work. But yeah, just join us in all those forums. Hit the like, subscribe, please, on any of those forums. And follow us, the Family Mess Podcast. Thanks again for another great episode. And God bless.
Oh,